I'm going to break down what's known heading into jury selection in the murder trial of Corey Richins, who is the Utah woman arrested back in 2023, charged with aggravated murder, accused of fatally poisoning her husband, Eric Richins, with a lethal dose of fentanyl in their Camas, Utah home back in March of 2022. This case has been years in the making, loaded with a lot of contentious motions and evidence battles. The state has declined to seek the death penalty in the case. But during pretrial hearings, defense attorneys repeatedly argued the trial should be moved out of Summit County, saying there's been so much local publicity, it's going to make it impossible to seat an impartial jury. That motion was rejected all the way up to the Utah Supreme Court. In hearings earlier this year, a judge has limited expert testimony from an FBI profiler that prosecutors wanted to call. He ruled some of Richins' statements to detectives could be admitted, others will be excluded based on how and when they were taken. And then there is the walk the dog letter, which is a handwritten letter that was found in Richins' jail cell. Prosecutors argued that it instructs Richins' mother and brother on how to talk publicly with witnesses about the case. They describe it as an attempt to witness tamper. Richins' defense lawyers, however, say that the letter was not meant to be instructions or communications about the case, but was instead an excerpt from a fictional book that she was working on while in jail. There's another disputed piece of evidence, the orange notebook, which was found in Richins' home. Prosecutors have argued it contains Richins' own timeline of the night Eric died, which could tie her potentially to actions relevant to the allegations. The judge has said that portions will be allowed to be used at trial if proper foundation is laid by the prosecution. So what happens next? February 10th, jury selection begins. The media is not allowed inside the courtroom during jury selection. However, they will be allowed once the trial begins on February 23rd.